Oh, back then we did all our effects, basically what they say are called in camera. Now they shoot everything against a green screen, even stunts and the whatnot, where there we used to really blow it up, we'd blow it up. Or a guy would fall, do a high fall, he'd really do a high fall. You really don't see that anymore unless it's a visual effect. That it was funky, but it would be fun. It would be a challenge. Anything with special effects makeup or audio animatronics in the heads or suits and little people running around just seemed like a lot of fun. I knew about the cards, having children. Well, I didn't have children then, but I knew about the cards. I saw them in markets and on television, and they were collector pieces and, like Pokemon cards. And it's like, look, little disgusting cards. Why would people get into these things, And so that's how I found out about them. But yeah, I knew about the cards before the film started. Because I think we shot it in the summertime or near the summer in a warehouse. It really didn't have any air to speak of. And the air that we did bring in, it was for the characters. And, you'd have to, after every take or every 2 takes, you'd have to take their head off so they could get cool. I don't remember anybody passing out in a suit. I don't know if that happened or not, but
I was quite happy to let life go rushing past my door, closing my eyes to things I didn't want to see. But when you care for somebody, that's it, that's fine. When you care for somebody, when you love them, that's enough, Ali. That brings responsibility.
yeah, I'm the hub of the wheel. The AD has his hand in every department, and he runs it, basically. He's the hub of the wheel. Because when you're prepping a picture, you try to take those into consideration and how much time they're really going to need. And they'll always overestimate the amount of time they need. Oh, it's going to take me 3 hours of prosthetic makeup, maybe 5 hours. So you got to get up early and get the actor in the chair. And in essence, they'll come in and have it done in 2 hours. So it's a fine fence that you have to walk in order to find out what it really takes to get done. Because nobody wants to have somebody screaming at them to hurry up when they're not finished, but they'd rather be done. Thus, they overestimate. John Buechler is a good guy, very creative, in my opinion, from the prosthetic world of special effects makeup. The visuals that he would create were kind of funky, but yet worked, and I know that they came out of his brain. I mean, because he would really get into it. He'd come up with some really crazy ideas, and it's like, where'd you come up with that kind of concept, And then he would create this thing, be it a funky head or the goo that they walked in or it came out of somebody's nose or, I don't remember all the characters that we had in that, but I remember one that had a lot of snot and green stuff, and John created that too. It was like, okay, wow. So at some points I thought, okay, you really have to be a little demented to come up with this kind of crap, but what the hell?
Yeah. Hi, Tangerine.
Mackenzie was a teenager at that point, as I recall. He was a good guy, a pro. But then again, as a minor, you have to deal with the limited number of shooting hours you can have with them, or they go to school, or they can be there for he was 13, so we probably had him for 9.5 hours. So it was kind of a scheduling challenge to schedule him with the little people. No, you just always wonder, how is something like this going to cut? I mean, and what story are we trying to convey here? I mean, most shows like that, you think there's a story. But this one, I thought there was a beginning, middle, and end, but I couldn't tell you what it was because it all just kind of blurred together. And now thinking about it 30 years later, I can't recall. But when you're actually shooting it, you try to envision what it's going to end up to look like and how's it going to sell. And you think it's going to sell because the cards were already out and, there's a lot of marketing going into it. But I guess it didn't do too well. It had what an AD wants. It had the visual effects. It had working with the miners. It had the prosthetic work, so those are all logistics that only make me a better assistant director. Yeah, people ask questions. How did you do that? How did you accomplish it with them knowing the tools of today? How did you do that 30 years ago? And we did it practically. You know, it was an in-camera effect, and you know, they're a little blown away by it with all the technology today, especially the younger generation. What's funny too is how movies like this come back again. Another little cult film that I did was Cabin Boy, and that had a lot of effects and practical things that we did in it, and that was a lot of fun to do as well. And I think because of Garbage Pail, that's why I got to do Cabin Boy. Yeah, but because of all those little genre things that I've learned coming up through the ranks, you get that expertise, and if somebody's looking for that on another film, it really helps. So I thank Garbage Pail Kids for that.